These sensitive ass that just came out of this little, I don't know where they come from, but niggas be getting wild emotional. Niggas be turning into big super police. Just be trying to have fun.
If Busta ever try to film me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should have with that 9 milli, but the devil, yo. Yeah, I do his better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
Listen up, people, because the drama in Tinseltown is about to detonate. Seriously, things are escalating like crazy. The buzz is all about how Curtis Jackson, aka 50 Cent, is dropping a documentary bomb on the music industry, and guess who's feeling the heat? Busta Rhymes. Yep, that's right. Whispers are circulating about some seriously incriminating video evidence set to surface, potentially dragging Busta right into the heart of this explosive Diddy situation. Fasten your seatbelts, folks, because things are about to get real complicated.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
You've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it. And I'm the only one who's been vocal about this long before it actually.
Oh, you've been saying this for a long time now.
I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, you know, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
I seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we gotta bring some, we gotta bring some, what they call them, I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Cause, you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface before, you feel me? And being around him, you hear things, you feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan, you feel me? Like, every cookout, she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that.
You see, Fitty's been on a mission digging deep into Sean Combs' notorious, shall we say, exclusive gatherings for ages. Everyone had their suspicions, knew something wasn't quite right, but now it feels like the dirt is about to be flung wide open. And it's not just about attendance at these shindigs. Underground sources are murmuring that Busta's involvement went way beyond simply being on the guest list. Apparently, he was actively participating, like knee-deep in the shenanigans. We're talking elbows deep in the action kind of participation. Suddenly, those long-standing rumors are gaining serious traction and looking alarmingly plausible.
I'm not gonna say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us.
But hold your horses, it intensifies further. Cast your minds back to Big Homie CC, remember him? Busta Rhymes' former protector, his muscle. This guy went public and he held absolutely nothing back. He flat out labeled Busta a super zest fiend. Pow claimed it's been common knowledge within industry circles for donkey's years, this whole inclination Busta has towards, shall we delicately phrase it, male companions. That's the euphemism they'd use, right? Male companions. Event organizers, promoters, they were allegedly all clued in. If you were booking Busta for an event, you'd better ensure that VIP zone was stocked with a particular type of, let's say, company. Unbelievable, huh?
Busta, I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth. I don't really like to speak on situations that I'm not well versed in, and that's not really my situation. You know what I'm saying? But I wish the best for everyone involved. God bless everyone involved. And, you know, I think that we should all kind of be a little more mindful of how much we speak on other things when it's as sensitive as this.
And it wasn't merely hushed tones and innuendo. Evidently, this was practically an accepted fact within the nightclub and event promotion scene. Those in the know, the promoters, they were well aware of the protocol. Each time Busta was scheduled to appear, they were expected to have a fresh selection of young gentlemen ready and waiting in the VIP area. It was described as just part of the standard operating procedure. And get a load of this, Big Homie even recounted a specific incident from one night in a club. Busta locked eyes with a friend of Don Benjamin, the actor and male model, yeah? This particular individual was openly gay, and according to Big Homie's account, the instant Busta spotted him, lights out, no hesitation whatsoever, Busta supposedly dragged him directly into the VIP section as if claiming him as his personal property right there and then. Apparently wouldn't even permit the fella to leave his side, keeping him tethered to him for the entire evening. Absolutely bonkers.
Busta, I got to ask you, there has been so much going on in the music industry pertaining to Diddy. How closely are you paying attention to his case, the allegations?
I don't pay attention to none of it. I just kind of like to pay attention to the truth.
But hold on tight, there's more hot gossip incoming. Recall Trip Ali? Way back in 2020, he jumped onto YouTube and revealed that Busta had made advances towards him in the Big Apple, invited him to the VIP section and all the trimmings. Initially, Trip assumed it was just a standard VIP invite, but things rapidly took a peculiar turn. He ended up embroiled in a full-on argument with his own buddy because said friend was strongly urging him to attend Busta's party, and Trip was feeling apprehensive. The disagreement escalated to such a degree that Trip called off the entire night out. Might have narrowly avoided a sticky situation, who can truly say? Then flash forward to 2021 and fresh murmurs began to circulate, Busta allegedly back on the prowl, still attempting to pick up men. And then there's Orlando Brown. Don't even get me going on Orlando Brown. He launched into one of his infamous rambling monologues and explicitly stated he had been intimate with Busta along with a whole roster of other prominent industry figures. People tend to dismiss Orlando as erratic, sure, but lately in some interviews he's actually sounding a tad more composed. Makes you ponder if there might be grains of truth embedded within those outlandish pronouncements. However, it's not solely about hearsay and whispered rumors, mind you. Busta possesses a documented history of resorting to physical aggression. Point blank, his legal record stretches back considerably. We're talking weapons-related charges. Apparently, he was tooling around with a machete tucked away in his vehicle. Subsequently, he allegedly manhandled his own chauffeur over a financial dispute, entered a guilty plea, received probation, and let's not forget that episode where he reportedly hurled water bottles at an audience member for daring to leave his concert prematurely, and instructed his security detail to punch the guy in the face, all because someone didn't stick around for the whole performance. Volatile temper, wouldn't you agree? Perhaps it's not entirely surprising that he and Diddy are such close associates. And circling back to Diddy, when the initial wave of accusations commenced, guess who was quick off the mark to leap to his defense? Busta, no less, advising everyone to reserve judgment until all the facts are in. Intriguing, why so eager to shield Diddy? Unless perhaps he was attempting to shield himself as well, but now that the Diddy scandal has reached critical mass, federal law enforcement raids, lawsuits piling up, the whole shebang, Busta's suddenly become tight-lipped, incredibly tight-lipped, acting as if he barely knows who Sean Combs is. But nobody's swallowing that line. He can evade and deflect all he wants, but the pressure is mounting relentlessly. And now the grapevine is buzzing with whispers that 50 Cent is poised to unleash a megaton revelation in this upcoming documentary. Naming names left, right, and center, Busta Rhymes included. You know 50, right? He's got a memory like a steel trap. He's one of the rare hip-hop artists who steered clear of Diddy's party circuit. Saw through the smoke and mirrors from the get-go? He wasn't partying. He was observing, playing the long con, mentally cataloging every single individual who accepted those enigmatic invitations. And now his moment of reckoning has arrived. This documentary is shaping up to be the industry's ultimate nightmare scenario. No holds barred, no pulling punches, and inside sources are indicating that Busta is absolutely on that list. Speculation has been rife for years, but 50's aiming to substantiate it all with concrete evidence. Video footage, first-hand accounts, names, the whole kit and caboodle, and Gunnet Films is at the production helm, so you just know it's going to be top-tier quality. But here's the real jaw-dropper. Rumors are swirling that the Busta Rhymes segments within this documentary, they are significantly more explicit than anyone could have anticipated. Allegedly, it's not merely Busta hanging around in the background, it's him actively participating in the alleged activities. No ambiguity, no misinterpretations. VIP all access to everything that transpired behind those velvet ropes and closed doors. Individuals who have caught glimpses of snippets are claiming this could potentially destroy careers, particularly for those performers who built their entire public persona on being hyper-masculine and untouchable, while allegedly leading drastically contrasting private lives in the shadows. Busta's name being implicated in this quagmire has sent shockwaves throughout the hip-hop community. His fan base is in disbelief. If 50 drops this irrefutable proof, it's going to compel everyone to reassess everything they thought they understood. And get this, 50 has been patiently waiting for the perfect juncture. He didn't rush into it, allowed the rumors to percolate, let the Diddy scandal explode into the public consciousness. Now he's gearing up for the decisive move. Strategic brilliance, not impulsive actions. The word on the street is that this documentary will mark the first occasion the general public gets to witness the uncensored reality of what's been transpiring in the upper echelons of the music business. And Busta, if he truly is featured in that footage, as they say, this could be a tempest he simply cannot weather. Once 50 hits play, there's no turning back the clock, and it's slated for release on Netflix, helmed by an Emmy Award-winning filmmaker. This is no low-budget gossip rag. This is high-caliber, meticulously crafted, and poised to send tremors through the entire industry. The grapevine suggests that Busta is acutely aware of what's imminent. He's been frantically working behind the scenes, making calls, even allegedly issuing warnings to 50 Cent to keep his moniker out of the documentary, desperately trying to remain outside the blast radius. But come on, you know 50 Cent's MO? Threatening him is the absolute worst tactic imaginable. That man thrives under pressure. Attempt to silence him and he'll just crank up the intensity tenfold. So, if Busta's name is indeed all over those receipts, you can bet your bottom dollar 50 ain't excising him now. He's probably earned himself a dedicated segment at this stage. So the million-dollar question remains, what exactly is Busta so panicked about? If there's genuinely nothing to conceal, why the frantic reaction? Why dodge inquiries? What skeletons is he genuinely trying to keep locked away? Sound off with your thoughts in the comments section. Is Busta genuinely entangled in Diddy's web of controversy, or is he merely collateral damage by association? And is 50 Cent's Netflix documentary poised to revolutionize the game as we know it? Smash that like button if you're hooked. Subscribe to stay in the loop for the next revelation. We're exposing everything. Share this with anyone who needs to hear the unvarnished truth. And don't forget to drop your comments below. I'm reading them all. This is just the opening act. Catch you on the flip side.